Hi, my name is Jacob,
And I'm Miles.
and this is our game Tabula Rasa. It's a life simulator, and we're trying to recreate how people live in their lives. It's made in the Unity game engine and has recently been upgraded to the Universal Render Pipeline. We started out with some basics, and I used some old project assets that I had created in the past. Miles, you want to say some mathy stuff? I don't know.
I've got nothing, dude.
That's all good. Alright, so here from an old project, I was trying to make a survival game, and I decided to use the AI I had developed. It had a building system, so you could collect resources and then drop blocks. And I figured that would be a good starting point. Right here, when the food goes to 0, it searches for a food source.
And I think it's important to note that we've set it up so that the player character there is being controlled both by the player, by clicking the mouse, and also by an AI and a pathfinding algorithm.
Yes. So right here we develop the AI so that it will find the nearest source of whatever you need, and it prioritizes food over entertainment. So we've kind of got Maslow's hierarchy of needs going here.
Yeah, it's like a need-based system of desires that the AI will seek out.
And if you can see, when the satisfactions are met, the player has full control and they can have the character move wherever they want them to move. But as soon as they need something, they will override whatever controls you give it and go seek that out. We included a very basic money system, and it's not a necessity, so the player or the character will not seek it out. It's kind of up to the player, so if your needs are met, you can go over and you can collect money from the yellow blob there. But as soon as you have a need that needs to be filled, it will run away from there and override you. Alright, so I implemented a system to where every single time you place an object, it costs money. And of course, we have an absurd amount of money right now, but we're able to place as many blocks as we want.
And the exciting thing about this is the AI will adapt to the blocks that are placed and still be able to find a path through them.
Until
You'll
it
see
closed
this later on in the video too, but pretty proud of the way that came out.
So we had to upgrade the old project since I had built it so long ago, and we stuck it on the new Universal Render Pipeline, and it looks way better. I also included a couple other needs that need to be fulfilled, such as hygiene. I also added a ramp, and since it's going to seek out, we'll see in a second, it's going to go up the ramp and down the ramp, just to prove that the AI can work at an incline.
Yeah, you can see things look a lot better in the Universal Render Pipeline, which is, I think, part of one of the more recent updates to the Unity engine. So it's nice to have access to that and make those graphics look a little bit better.
Right, so right here we did a little bit of work on the building system. Now when you place objects, it snaps to a grid, but we ended up actually taking this out afterwards. It was more of a proof of concept, messing around with snap points.
Yeah, I think build systems in general, like there's a lot of different ways to do it. So throughout all of this, we're talking and discussing and figuring out like what kind of build system players want, what kind of build system can we make, how detailed can we make it, all those sorts of things. So expect the build system to change probably continually throughout the rest of development, I imagine.
If you guys think there's a better way to do things, please leave us a comment, give us a suggestion.
Or things you'd want to see in a build system.
Yeah. So right here, we added snap points to the blocks that you place so that you can snap objects onto other objects. So right here, this is a plane out over Oblivion. And instead of falling off, he's going to be able to walk along a bridge. And these are just some objects to prove that the pathfinding is working. So it's kind of like a little maze he has to navigate. I'm actually pretty proud of this.
I think it's pretty cool to have the dynamic behavior of pathfinding there.
Yeah. Initially, when I was working on it, the objects, when you would place an object, it would rebake. This is actually a nav mesh agent, and it would rebake the nav mesh every single time you place an object, but I changed it since we have a build mode. You can take it out of build mode and then it bakes it once, so it's less expensive